that I told her when she came to me was that I had two jobs. One was to give her a guide and two, get her out.
Mm-hmm.
And people used to always say, why did you say that to her? She's just a little kid. I said, because I needed that to be planted in her head that this was not a lifelong situation for, comfort zone. You needed to be able to, at some point in life, take care of yourself. My mother prepared me. My mother and father prepared us, my sister and I. And so I needed to make sure she was prepared. So I just trusted the process because I had no other choice. It was biblical for one. So if I trust God, I trust the process.
And Lorraine, what would you say is a safe age to put to have a child leave the nest? Or is there such a thing?
I don't think there's actually an age, but they should. Okay, let's put it like this. Society says you got to keep a kid now on your insurance till you're 25.
Oh.
And it's like as it goes on, the age gets higher because we're not making responsible kids. Okay? But society also says that they're an adult at the age of 18. It applies in the world system, but if your child says, my mom or your parent kicked you out of the home, you can about go down and know where to go. If you prepare them, I believe you prepare them for the system's time, which is 18. Because they can go out, stay out, past you in the system, but in my house, you need to be back in my house at a certain time.
Okay.
So 18 for me. That's what I would suggest, but each child's development is different. And what I mean by get out, I don't mean just kicking them out in the street. No. I mean just having a process and a way to know that your child will make it in life. Outside of you, independently of you. That's what I mean when I say get out. Train them up. If you're training them, all you can do is trust the process.
Can you open it? And I think you're right, because it doesn't matter because children mature at different ages, because they could be 14 or they could be 40. So I don't think the number is the answer. I think it's the level of maturity. That's good. Thanks.
The level of maturity and what you have deposited into them to be able to survive. And like I know that everyone is not capable of going to college. Okay, college may not be for everybody, but there needs to be a plan.
Yes, there
needs to be a plan. You're not going to school. You have 1 year. What is your plan?
Right.
We're not making our children or teaching a plan, and they need a plan.
Yes, they do. I agree.
Yeah, and it starts from the womb. And I talk about that. It starts from the womb. I met a young lady who said her daughter came back home from college because she was having anxiety. And I said, okay, why was she having anxiety? And when it came down to it after conversating with her, she had anxiety because she had never been exposed to anyone.
Wow. A sheltered life.
Say that again?
A sheltered life.
A sheltered life, and I talked about the sheltering process. There are 3 sheltering processes that we can do, and sometimes we can overdo it. Sometimes we don't do it enough, But this young lady, and actually had 2 friends that had it because they had not been exposed. You could do too much sheltering. We call that possessive sheltering book. And so that was their problem. And I actually was in a room with them, and I got a chance to see that the daughter didn't have to do anything. The mother did everything for her. And I said, well, that's why she has anxiety, because she has to do everything on her own that she never did before. So I also talk about in the book, teaching, when your kids learn how to write, they should learn how to fill out a form almost. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, by the time you're in 8th grade, you should know how to fill out your trip slip.
You should.
Don't bring me don't bring me a trip form or whatever they call them now, not filled out. Everything should be on there except for my signature.
Right. Okay. Right.
Yeah. So go ahead.
That makes all the sense in the world, because we spend time to do everything else that we need to do, sometimes with the exception of what we really, really need to do. And that is train up a child, as you say in the book. If you just tuned in, you're listening this morning to Lorraine Price Henderson, author of Get Out, Training Your Child, Training Your Children to Leave the Nest. If you've got questions and you'd like to ask Lorraine, she is here with us for the next hour. And you can give us a call at 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. If you do not press 1, we do not know you are there and that you would like to join the conversation. So you have got to press 1. That's 515-605-9325. And Lorraine will take your questions when we come back from the commercial break. So you stay close for this very important message.
We all say we would like to be wealthy, but wealth isn't determined by how much money you have. Wealth is determined by your power to define what money is. The dictionary defines money as something used as a way to pay for goods and services and to pay people for their work. So how would you like to have access to an unlimited source of money? Money that is not taxed by the government. Money that increases as you share the opportunity with others. Money that you can use to pay for goods and services and pay people for their work. I'm talking about Bitcoin. It's the future of independent wealth building. Bitcoin is the new money that you control. Get started building your wealth. Call 312-849-3456. That's 312-849-3456.
This is Minister Cynthia Marie Williams, spiritual counselor and advisor. I invite you to a private reading in the areas of business, health, finances, relationships for introductory cost of $20. Please call because there is a higher power that can help me help you. 312-802-4743. Peace and blessings to you all. Call me. 312-802-4743.
We have an opportunity to transform the whole global society in the next 50 years. 50 years from now, the earth will be populated by a new generation of adults, many of whom are yet unborn. Our mission is to nurture them in childhood with love, guidance, and protection, and to raise them in healthy, happy families. If we impart values of compassion, generosity, and respect for fellow human beings in the next generation of children, they will create a world where people can live together in peace. This is our goal. Be a part of the transformation. Get your copy of the book, The Female Solution. Go to www.naimalatif.com. That's www.naimalatif.com.
Is Monday morning a struggle to get out of bed, into the swing of things? Well, don't worry, you are not alone. Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on higher learning with Zelda Speaks for your Monday morning mindfulness session on Blog Talk Radio, The Female Solution, Mondays, 7:30 until 9 a.m. Be sure and send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, visit ZeldaSpeaks.com and send us your info. We'd love to have you. Experience mindfulness moments with the Mindfulness stress relief coach, Zelda Speaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moment tip of the day. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to your next session of mindfulness on higher learning with Zelda Speaks. Make it a mindful day. And thanks for listening.
And thank you for joining us back here on The Female Solution. Welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness. I'm your host, Zelda Speaks. And today our guest is the one and only Lorraine Price Henderson, author of Get Out, Training Your Children to Leave the Nest. Sounds so cruel, doesn't it? Well, it's not really. When you read the book, you'll get a better understanding for it. But if you're headed out this morning, it is 8:03. It is a hot mess in Chicago. It's a hot day. Thank God for that. It's going to be 70 degrees today. You may not need a coat today, but you might. I don't trust Chicago weather, so I always keep a jacket and a scarf and sometimes some gloves. If you grew up here, you know better because it can change in the blinking of an eye. There is no rain in the forecast today. Fortunately, it will be as lovely today as it was yesterday, high in the 70s. There may be some rain after 6 o'clock tonight, but that's way a long way. Later tonight, who cares? But right now, it's 57 degrees at O'Hare. If you're traveling inbound on the Kennedy to O'Hare, there is your usual Monday morning congestion. Traffic and weather is sponsored by Karen Kelly of itex.com. Stop paying cash for your business and personal needs. Use barter dollars instead. There is a $100 new sign-up bonus for businesses and entrepreneurs that join online. You must use the promo code ZELDA. And I've got to give you an update as soon as I can find it. There it is right there. Kennedy to O'Hare, it is 40 minutes on the outbound, 38 minutes. Excuse me, I said that wrong. Kennedy inbound 40 minutes, 38 minutes on the reverse. On the Edens, it is 30 minutes inbound, 24 minutes on the outbound, slow to Dempster. As we take a look at the Ryan, it's 45 minutes inbound and 35 minutes on the outbound. 38 minutes on the outbound. The Eisenhower is always congested, so do expect delays. On the Ryan, it is 25 minutes inbound, 20 on the reverse. On the Bishop Ford, that crash that was reported has been cleared up from the Bishop Ford to I-57 to 87th Street. That's cleared up as well. It is 23 minutes inbound, 20 minutes on the reverse. As we take a look at the Stevenson, it's 35 minutes inbound, 30 minutes on the reverse. Lakeshore Drive, your usual Monday morning delays, 18 minutes inbound and 17 minutes on the reverse. That earlier accident on the I-88 Reagan Memorial Tollway has been cleared up as well. And traffic weather is sponsored by itex.com. That's Karen Kelly of itex.com. Stop paying cash for your business and personal needs. Use barter dollars instead. Anything you can possibly think of. We bought a car, a van, camera equipment, had our car repaired, bought clothing, took vacations, hotels. I was like, wow, where were you all 20 years ago? They said, we've been here. You just didn't know. So now you know. You got the hookup from the Female Solution. So go to itex.com. And when you sign up, you have to use the promo code ZELDA, ZELDA, to get that bonus. And you can also find more information about everything that we do here on Zelda Speaks at zeldaspeaks.com. If you'd like to earn money, making money for for-profits and nonprofits, go to zeldaspeaks.com, click on training. It helps for-profits and nonprofits. And set those DVRs, I almost want to say CDs, VHS, what we used to call it? VHS tape, yeah. But I have to remember to say DVR. Set those DVRs for our TV show, the Higher Learning Network TV show, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. on Channel 19 on Xfinity TV. And you can also go to our YouTube channel, Higher Learning Network TV show channel. I know that's a lot, right? Because we use so much, we abbreviate so many things. We don't use the full aspects of our functioning brain. So I think we're trying to force that here at the Higher Learning Network TV show channel. That's a lot, right? Slow down, Zelda. Higher Learning Network TV show channel. That's on YouTube and 24/7 on higherlearningnetwork.org. If you just tuned in this morning, the lines are open at 515-605-9325. If you would like to join our guest this morning, that would be author Lorraine Price Henderson. She is live on the air with us now. Thank you, Lorraine, so much for joining us here this morning. And Lorraine, yes, ma'am. Before we went to break, we were discussing when is transition to the world on their own. Help not put them out, but help them to transition. And I think sometimes when, I hate to say it, but this is just my opinion. I think sometimes when children are left alone and they have to fend for themselves, like you see kids in foreign countries, no mom, no dad, and they're out there on their own, and that gives them, I think it gives them an edge. What do you think about that?
Yeah,
in some aspects.
It does. It does. I like I said, I worked in the community of Chicago for a while, and there were kids taking care of themselves early on and their siblings. And so they were way ahead of the process. Even with my little sister, my baby girl, when she came to me, she was 7, and she was so extra independent, and a lot of that came from her having one older parent, but also being free in the streets a little.
Okay.
She got to experience some things before she came to me, and so I had to help kind of soften her up a little, to let her know that I had her, because she was so used to really being in charge at 7 years old.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they grow up a little bit too fast.
Right. And that's the purpose of me writing it also, is because mentorship. A lot of kids, still to this day, I'm in communication with my mentees. They're adults now, but because of what I deposited into them as children,
wonderful,
helped out. And I learned that from my mentors. So it's not about just the biological standpoint of being a parent, but everyday people. I didn't have kids. I had my son at the age of 40. And so my kids were the community kids. And when I saw a need, I helped. I go back to talking about village. We lost the village. And a lot of kids wouldn't have to suffer if the village would pay attention to the suffering.
Good point. 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. We're going to the phone line. We've got some callers, Lorraine, that have questions for you. Area code 312-823. You are live on the Female Solution Grand Rising. Thank you for joining. Where are you calling from?
Rashida Ali from Chicago.
Rashida, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And what's your question or comment?
I have one child, and it's a male child. And so, having one child, you want to, make sure that they're safe and sound-minded. My son, at age 14, didn't want to be nurtured. He didn't want grooming from a female. And so he went out in community. He did get gregarious, and he met older men who had become his mentor, but it was outside of the religious arena. So I asked him, I groomed him to be independent, from 4 years old. He knew how to keep himself in order and in the room, in his own room,
home. But when he branched out at age 14 and wanted to be accepted in his community environmentally and socially, it detracts from the grooming that I thought that I was giving him. Well, groomed to special private schools and from Boy Scout to Eagle Scout, all of those activities that I thought would help him educationally and socially, but he didn't want that type of nurturing. So what can a parent do, especially in this time where you put your children out into the street and outside, getting prepared to be out there, and they really are not mature mentally or well-groomed enough socially, because what's in the community, most of the community, especially for young men, is not healthy. So what does this lady suggest to do in environments like we have today for our children outside of the educational institutions that are around?
That's an excellent question.
Well, that's an awesome question. One of the things that, if I'm not mistaken, you said he was 14 when he decided he made these choices, correct?
Yeah, he made those choices, and at 18, I'm still trying to get him, not to be so gregarious, and those people were just people. And he thought, because we have a certain religious holidays like other religious groups do, and he thought that people had a better religious group, that they worship and gave a lot of gifts after doing their holidays. So he wanted to be in that society. And other things, but he went skating, ice skating, he's excellent in those people. He has excellent character. But being a parent, I was worried because he's a male, and the people that he chose to be his mentors really weren't accepted as far as I was concerned. He decided he didn't want to live at home.
And that's fine after he made 18. No matter what you deposit, you did your job. And I know that the word says where if we give them the word, they won't turn back. They may fall from it, but if we give it to them, they'll always return. And so he has to go through his processes of picking and choosing what he wants, but you planted the seed. And I know that's a hard process, because now I have a 7-year-old male child, and I'm praying to apply these same principles to him. And one of the things, my husband is the only child, and he also kind of like went that way because of what you may consider as the sheltering process. He broke the system even later, but he came back. You get what I'm saying? So he still has to experience outside of what you was giving him. Now, in my opinion, I think 14 was very early. Men don't even mature earlier than women. So at age 14, and he could have been what we consider mature, but yet he was still 14.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I write in the book is that parents should pick their children's mentor at an early age. A kid don't come back and tell you, this is my mentor. I need to see what the mentor is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? My mother knew every mentor. In Mariah's life, I knew every mentor. I built a relationship with the mentors. One of the things I noticed is that I didn't know a lot of parents to my mentees, but I made my way to get to know the parent, so I know what type of child I was, working with. But for me, 14 was too young, even though, and I mean age. I'm not saying, okay, yeah, he knew how to dress, but mentally, he just still wasn't ready for the streets, because evidently it's showing he wasn't ready. From what you're telling me now, I don't want to get it mixed up that he chose the wrong grown people.
Well, being a parent, being a parent, I think so, but everybody tells me, even though he's an adult, and he does well with my 2 grandchildren. My grandson he's earning money. He makes $100,000 a year. My 13-year-old granddaughter, she speaks 4 languages. She's an
Wow.
and they love their father.
Wonderful.
But he just has, that I call it a street attitude. But he like people that are outside. Now, I can see it.
Can I ask you a question? Does he live with you?
No, he didn't. No, that's the thing. He never was that type of setting.
Okay.
He loved me, and I know that. But as far as he always wanted to be independent, even with 14, I had to go. See, I was a working parent and a single parent, so he didn't want that motherly type of nurturing. Like overshowering. I didn't think I was smothering him, but he acted like I was. Because I was very particular and articulate about things at home. But he had so it wasn't like he was sheltered, or I would tell him, "You can't play with this friend or that friend." But during his puberty, he was attracted to more men that were, to me, older and street people. You know what I'm saying? And it's a difference now, especially now, because people out there are carrying guns and stuff. And then one thing happened to him in his life with a gun. Over a girl, he got shot on the bus stop over there on 93rd Street. And I couldn't find him. And I didn't know what had happened to him. And he stalked the boy out. They shot him, and he shot him back, but he didn't kill him. And they gave him time in jail for that. And but they let him off for good behavior. But they gave him 7 years. They let him off for 3 years because they said he took the law in his hand. See, that type of behavior,
Okay, let me say that for a minute. One of the things is you have to lose him to the Lord. If you're a believer, that he's an adult child that you have to release, because he's already. I have a chapter here called "Cutting the Cord." You have to cut the cord. You're still holding on to the umbilical cord, but you have to let him go, be with the Lord, and God do what he needs to do. If you continue to be the savior, which I talk about it in the book, sometimes parents, we have a savior mentality. We want to be the one that helps him or them. You have to let him be. You deposited what you needed into him. Now you need to pray, and he comes back to all those things that you deposited to him, but also let God do what he needs to do with him, because you can be messing up the testimony that he for someone else.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because that's what I've been doing. So a few weeks ago, his second wife, he came to our place of worship, and somebody in her family had gotten killed. They were here from California. But anyway, he brought his second wife to the place of worship, and she joined the congregation and became a member. And everybody told me he had good character, but I don't know what it is about me, but I worry, always have. Because, like I said, 14 years old, he didn't never trust me, never said anything harsh to me, never. But he would walk down the street to be with the people over there, and I'm around for him and stuff like during his, developmental age, 14, all the way up to 18. So
you're a mother, though, and one of the things my mother, thank God, is still here, and one of the things I noticed is that you never stop being a mother. So a parent, period. And so I you won't stop being a parent, but you just have to learn how to parent differently. And that's totally turning it. You trust God, but you really not trusting him. You get what I'm saying? So it's almost like he's testing you in your trusting him. So trust God that he'll do what he has to do, and sit back and let him do what he has to do, because you've done your job. And what I hear is you questioning your job, and you've done your job. You just have to let go and let God do his job with him. And so take that time, is what they say. If you're going to worry, don't pray. If you're going to pray, don't worry. Take that time to pray and not worry. Okay? And just turn them over, to the Lord. I know it's easier said than done, but we have to trust God. We have to trust God.
I stay prayerful, but I see other children out here, and how the parents are throwing them out into the communities, and they create a lot of havoc and set up trap houses in the neighborhoods. That's the thing that we need to try to avoid, because a lot of them.
Yeah, that was the reason also for writing the book. I've been in the streets too, noticing with those as a mentor, noticing. I had a transitional housing for women when I was in Chicago. That's where Zelda came to the bookstore. To my boutique. And I had a transitional for women ages 19 to 25 and their children. And that all came about because these young adults were out in the streets with nowhere to be, because they had babies or what have you, or had hard times growing up in their homes. And with that, I noticed that, where was the village? The village just stopped being a village. If we had the village, you would have less trap houses, because we'll be trying to also pull people off the streets. So that's the reason why go ahead.
I have another question though. Right now I have a transitional house, and how do you train a parent to be a parent? Because there was one young lady here that she's not a teenager. She leaves her baby and don't say nothing, and be gone 5 to 6 hours. Don't even know the baby is locked up in the room. And what do you do in situations like that? Do you know a parenting class I can refer to? Because then she takes the baby out the house to leave the baby for 5 or 6 days. The baby is a nice, healthy-looking little baby girl but you don't do that. You don't leave your girl child out like that, and you go and no one knows.
Have you as a village stopped to talk to her and build a relationship? Okay. In your building relationship, that's how we help. Because she may not go take a parenting class. She may need you to help teach, but then when you observe, if you're observing, we got into this point where we don't tell when something is wrong. So if you see something wrong, you have to tell it if they're not trying to fix it. So by building a relationship, we think, oh, well, that person's going to think I'm getting in their business. But you have to build relationships first. You just can't come at people. And that's where I think the village failed. We don't build relationships anymore. Neighbors don't talk to neighbors. We see things, but we don't build a relationship so we can say, you know what? Can I help you with something? Can I help you with your child? Or I've noticed this. They may get mad, but you if you build that relationship, you can get on them in a nice way. But
I found that it's a different culture. She's from Africa, and they think little girls are big girls at 4 years old. I said, no, I was coming from downtown. You were all the way on 83rd Street. I come here and discover the baby's in the house, and then I'm here 5 hours later, and you still haven't shown. But they say in Africa, 4 years old is considered a big child.
Right, but then that's when you have to say you're in the USA.
Okay.
United States, that child is in that room.
Hello.
And you have to explain to her that she can go to jail for abandonment of a child. So you have to educate take the time to educate her. But then when she don't follow through, that's why we have DCFS and all these other people.
Yeah, I explained that because I said that's dangerous because if a fighter of some disasters thing here, well, here I would look out for only me because I don't know nothing other than being here. Then I'll be liable because if something happens. So you need to let me know. I didn't even know a child was here.
Yeah, because they will come looking for you. Yes, they will. They will, and bring an army with them to get you. So yeah, you have to be very careful about that. If you just tuned in this morning, you are listening to a worthy conversation between two sisters, and our author today is Lorraine Price Henderson from what city is that in Georgia? It's not Atlanta, is it? Right out of Atlanta, Lorraine. Loctonia. Did you say Loctonia, Georgia? How far is that from Atlanta?
About 20 minutes.
20
Look, 20 minutes not in traffic.
Okay.
In traffic about 40.
Okay, double that time. But anyway, today we're talking about her new book. It's called Get Out, Training Your Children to Leave the Nest by Lorraine Price Henderson. She is teaching us and sharing with us tips and techniques to help our children transition out of the house and how to sustain themselves on our own. Now, Lorraine, when we come back from a commercial break, I want you to think about this thought. What are some of the basics that our children need in order to be self-sufficient once they leave the home? And what is the process that you use to be sure that they have everything they need in order to be equipped to handle themselves while they are out there? So you hold that thought, and when we come back, we would like for you to answer that. Okay, 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak, and we'll be right back.
We have an opportunity to transform the whole global society in the next 50 years. 50 years from now, the earth will be populated by a new generation of adults, many of whom are yet unborn. Our mission is to nurture them in childhood with love, guidance, and protection, and to raise them in healthy, happy families. If we impart values of compassion, generosity, and respect for fellow human beings in the next generation of children, they will create a world where people can live together in peace. This is our goal. Be a part of the transformation. Get your copy of the book, The Female Solution. Go to www.naimalatif.com. That's www.naimalatif.com.
Hi, this is Beata, your holistic life coach. Every Friday morning, I'm on The Female Solution. I'm also blogging live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Soul Purpose Healing, where I help you get back into alignment with the Creator's love, compassion, and wisdom. On Sunday, you can call in at 215-383-5863 or go to www.blogtalkradio.com/soulpurposehealing. When I'm not doing spiritual adjustments on Blog Talk Radio, reduce the stress in their lives with EFT, essential oils, and cost-saving health plans like AmeriPlan. AmeriPlan is a better way to save money on your healthcare expenses. There is more information on how to contact me at www.yourholisticlifecoach.com. Till then, stay in joy.
Oh man, God sent the monthly sun bill today. This sunlight is really expensive, especially during this season. I'll probably have to work overtime to pay it.
Well, you better pay it on time. We don't want the sun to go out and we're sitting up here all day in the dark.
Wouldn't it be terrible if God charged us for sunlight? Well, thank God, the light and heat from the sun is free. So why are we paying such high bills for the energy we use in our homes? Because we don't know how to use solar energy. the free energy from the sun. You can convert your regular home to a solar energy home and save tremendously on your electric bill. Take a look at your electric bill. Wouldn't you like to reduce or possibly even eliminate that cost altogether? Let one of our solar consultants show you how. Call today, 312-849-3456, and schedule a free consultation. That's 312-849-3456.
Do you worry about finances, family, health, job, relationships? Are you in pain? Do you feel stuck? If you answered yes to any of these questions, help is available. Don't worry, you're not alone. It's part of the human process. You only feel this way because you haven't mastered the voices in your head. No hype, just down-to-earth, solid, workable tools and techniques that you can practice daily. It's really food for the soul. Whether you want to learn how not to worry about anything, reverse type 2 diabetes, publish a book, promote your product or service, or just make extra money. To take advantage of the deal of the day, go to zeldaspeaks.com or call 312-409-6619. Mention promo code The Female Solution and get free shipping. That's zeldaspeaks.com or 312-409-6619. Stop worrying today. Visit zeldaspeaks.com.
And thank you for joining us back here on the Female Solution on Monday Morning Mindfulness. Our guest today is the one and only Lorraine Price Henderson, author of Training Your Children to Leave the Nest. And worry is, worry is one of the things that we have learned to do very well as parents or guardians. So we're going to talk about that in this section. We got another maybe 15, 20 minutes here, but let me give you a quick traffic update. Today's traffic and weather is sponsored by Karen Kelly of ITEX, itex.com. Stop paying cash for your business and personal needs. Use barter dollars instead. And there is a $100 new member bonus for businesses and entrepreneurs that join online. But in order to get that $100 bonus, it doesn't cost you anything to sign up. They give you a $100 bonus, but you got to use the promo code ZELDA, ZELDA. As we take a look at the Kennedy outbound to O'Hare, it is 48 minutes, almost an hour there. It's Monday Morning Madness. What do you expect? 40 minutes on the reverse. On the Edens, it's 33 minutes inbound, 28 minutes on the reverse. On the Eisenhower, 49 minutes inbound and 40 minutes on the reverse. As we take a look at the Dan Ryan, it is 30 minutes inbound, 24 minutes on the reverse. On the Bishop Ford, 27 minutes in and 24 out. As we take a look at the Stevenson, it's 38 minutes inbound and 30 minutes on the outbound. Lakeshore Drive, your usual delays, 20 minutes in both directions. And that I-88 Reagan Memorial Tollway, that accident has been cleared up, but there are still some delays. Expect slow travel times in both directions. Traffic and weather sponsored by Karen Kelly of itex.com. Be sure and use the promo code ZELDA if you would like to experience buying your personal and professional needs for your business and entrepreneurs. You can buy that online and get a $100 sign up bonus. Go to go to zeldaspeaks.com and click on training for learning how to make money on Amazon. And be sure and set those DVRs for Tuesdays at 6 p.m., Wednesdays at 1 on Channel 19 to see the Higher Learning Network TV show. And you can always see the Higher Learning Network TV show for episodes that you've missed by going to our YouTube channel, which is, I'm going to say it slow, Higher Learning Network TV show channel. You just don't want Higher Learning. You want the channel. That's how you get a chance to see all the movies. Did I say movies? Shows. Movies. Same thing. 591. Okay, I'm not in secular radio. I was about to give you the number to another station, but that's not it. 615-515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. And so that way we can bring you online. But right now we're going to bring online our guest, which is Lorraine Price Henderson. Yay! And she is author of Training Your Children to Leave the Nest. I talked about worry in that last little promo. What role does worry play in the raising of children? And I have an acronym for the word worry. Did you know that, Lorraine?
Okay.
It's in one of my books. I can't remember which one. I think it's volume 1, Inspirational Conversations, even though I read from volume 2 most of the time. It's in volume 1. It's called Worry, WORRI. A wasted opportunity to release and restructure our imagination. Because when we worry, isn't that what we do, Lorraine? We worry about all the things that could happen, all the bad things that could happen. But we don't worry. We don't think about all the good things that could happen because there's so much negativity in the air. How can we turn that around? What can we do? I know what we can do, but I want to hear from you since you're the expert on getting them, helping them transition out of the house.
Okay, well, what I would say is, one, trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not unto your own understanding.
Oh.
But in always acknowledge him.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the first thing. If we would take a lot of stuff out of our hands and put it into God's hands, that's relaxation.
We'd have a lot less stress.
Life.
Yeah. A lot less stress.
Yes, it's a lot less stress. One of the things when my oldest was getting into a lot of stuff in her, what I call in the book, her puberty stage. And I started to worry a little, and then I had to go back to the Word. And I needed peace. And I had to trust in him that all I could do is tell her, it hurt my heart when everything I was trying to protect her from, the things we protect our teenagers from, when she actually got out there and started living her own life and doing those things that I felt like I was trying to protect her from, I thought I was having a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I had failed. And so, again, though, I put it back on me versus, and knowing that I did all that I could do, but I was still trying to figure out, oh, my God, where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? And when I started reading God's word, he reminded me that I hadn't done anything wrong. She still had to make a choice. And so my worrying became less because I realized, one, she still had to live her life. And we can stop worrying when we quit trying to live their lives.
Because we're still trying to control the situation.
Yes, we still holding on to the cord. They're not our babies anymore, but they're our babies.
Right.
They're our adult children that need to learn how to survive.
And there's only one way to do that. And that's let it go. Give it to God. Stop trying to hold on to it. Stop trying to be in charge. Do you know how hard that is? We see all the chaos and confusion in the world. So how do you let go of the feeling that your child is going to be harmed the moment they walk out the door? How do you let go of that? Well, like you said, Lorraine, you have got to let go and let God. And one of the ways that you can do that is to start by having mindfulness practices. What I call mindfulness is just being in the now moment, being right here, right now, being centered with the Creator, the spirit that surrounds us and protects us and gives us direction. But that is so hard to do when we are double-minded, so to speak. We listen to the monkey chatter in our brains, and that overcomes us. And then and we transfer that energy onto our children. So they walk out with that armor. We need to teach them how to protect themselves with mindfulness before they leave the house in the morning.
Right.
To have a little quiet time. Say that again.
Yes. I prayed over Brian every time she left my home when I took her to school, or when she left for school. From the time she moved in with me at 7 up until I think she was in her senior year when I said, okay, look, we've been praying together every day before you go to school. Now I need for you to pray safety and security over yourself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I taught her about praying. I gave her the things of God so that when she walked out, Lord, cover me. Cover me when I leave. So I was already praying, but I've been covering you. Now I need you to cover yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
And so she's all the way in Indiana. I don't worry about her because I prayed covering over her and that she would be okay. I think when we think bad thoughts, bad things happen.
Yes, ma'am. Because
a friend of mine told me that, sometimes we can overly do something or think things, and it comes into existence. So we have to think great things for our children.
Yes.
And even though you think those great things, at the end of the day, they still have to make their own choices.
Yes. Yes, they do. And when we send them out into the world and remind them that prayer they just had that morning, or that mindfulness exercise that they had that morning, was simply a covering, so to speak. As Dr. Maya Angelou says, before you face the day, face God. And that covering is a prayer is like armor that shields and protects you as you go by the highways and byways of life. And it's important, just like you put your shoes and socks on in the morning, you need to put that covering on in the morning too. I was listening to the news. I was listening to the news this morning, which I don't do on a regular. I only do it on Monday mornings because I have to get the information that you need to travel the highways and the byways. And I'm listening to a report this morning that says the Prince and the Princess Meghan Markle and their children are moving to Africa. Did you hear what I said? They may be moving to Africa. They're in London. I know the Queen ain't too happy about that one, seeing her grandbabies go. But then again, she might be. You never know. But the first thing that came to my mind, Lorraine, was, is the world getting so bad everybody's trying to head back home? Is that a drive to get other people to go to Africa? What is that about,
I don't know. I haven't heard the story yet, but I'm looking out for that. But I don't know. I have not visited the motherland yet, and I don't know though if I want to go out that way.
Oh, you know what?
Try and get things too.
Let me share something with you and our listeners who are listening online on Facebook.com, Zelda Speaks, and the Higher Learning Network TV show channel on YouTube. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe that all of that which you hear on about the motherland, because the motherland has how many? I don't know, 100 something countries within the continent of Asia. And I've been to 3 of those countries, South Africa, Cape Town, South Africa, Johannesburg, Pretoria, Tanzania. And the moment I landed off the plane, let me tell you, that is an experience that everyone on the planet, especially melanated people, need to experience, because the feeling of euphoria off of the drugs that you're trying to get here from eating, drinking, smoking, sex, gambling, whatever. You feel that immediately as soon as your feet hit the ground. You feel a different kind of energy. And the mainstream media shows us the worst of the worst, so we won't go there. But let me tell you, the first time that I went, I was trying to figure out a way, this was 20, 30 years ago, trying to figure out a way how I could come home, sell everything I had, and go back. Because the feeling is so intense. You'll be like, wow, I don't believe this. Yes.
I would love to visit.
You owe it to yourself. All people on this planet, not just the melanated people, but especially the melanated people, we need to visit the motherland because they're only going to show you the garbage. I shouldn't say the garbage, the worst of the worst, because they show us here the worst of the worst. Inglewood, you know, Crenshaw in America, in Chicago, Crenshaw, in America, Crenshaw, and in California. They show us the worst of the worst, but they don't show you the good. They don't show you how Americans are going there and prospering. They don't want that. They want to keep us in chaos and confusion. So don't believe the hype. If the prince and the princess are going there, there's something behind it. And it may be for you to know. So just, you know, be open and receptive. Stop. I'm gonna leave it alone. Okay. But I just had to say that, you know, I can say that because I've been there 3 times and I'm trying to go back. But what does that have to do with transitioning to getting your children out of the house? Because now our children have a chance to go abroad where we didn't. I got friends whose kids our Khalid Scott, our mental health professional who's here on every quarter. Khalid Scott, his daughter, she just went to Morocco, which is really Africa. Morocco, London, Tibet. She went a couple of, and I was like, look where these children are going. Most of us never get a chance to leave this country, and you have not lived until you left America. But they're not ever going to tell you that, so you better hurry up and get a passport if you know, like I know.
I have visited Japan.
Yes, man, good.
And it's a difference.
Yes.
It's different. And
yes.
One of the things I talk about in the book is exposure.
Yes.
You have to expose them to not, and when I say exposure, I mean leave that one place. If I'm in Georgia, I need to get out of Georgia. There are 50 other states that I need to visit. Or my children. I know. I remember my first trip outside of going down south was Colorado, and we visited the Royal Gorge. I don't know if the Royal Gorge is still there, but to be in that mountain, in the mountains, I was like amazed at 13 years old.
Oh wow!
So it's not too early to start exposing your children to other states, countries.
Yes, yes, they need to know.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about. I'll have some Brookfield Zoo tickets to give away to you soon, but you need to get them somewhere. They need to be exposed. And I've got a copy. As a matter of fact, I've got 2 copies of your book to give away. Get Out, Training Your Children to Leave the Nest by Lorraine Price Henderson. She is on the line now. 515-605-9325. Be our first and second caller after I'm clearing the lines right now. And if you push 1, you can win a copy of the book. 515-605-9325 to get your copy of the book. And for those who don't win it here, where can we get a copy of your book, Lorraine?
You can get a copy off of Amazon. It's the digital and paperback.
Mm-hmm.
And or you can email me at Lorraine.P.Henderson@simlohdynasty.com. That's Lorraine.P.Henderson@simlohdynasty.com.
Say that again for those who may have not gotten it.
You can pick up the book on Amazon. It's in Kindle version and paperback. And or you can email me at Lorraine.P.Henderson@simlohdynasty.com.
Simloh Dynasty.
And yes, SIMLOH Dynasty. And can I add something else?
Absolutely.
A lot of people look at the title and they think that it's just for the transitioning child, meaning you know the the teenager going out to college. But I started talking from within the womb, and that's not just the biological womb, but also just the home, because we have a lot of foster parents, we have a lot of guardians, people who are adopting children. So we talk about even the home transition because the womb is our home. That's our security place, and the children's security place. So this is a great baby shower gift. This is a great book for singles who are going to be someone's mentor, because remember, we are the village, and we can raise other people's children. People used to always say, you don't have kids, what can you tell me about children? Well, everyone that don't have babies don't mean that they're not a nurturer, okay? And I just had the gift of nurturing. I love children, and I loved everybody else's kids. So there are more people out there that are like myself.
Okay.
And yeah.
Wonderful. We have a caller on the phone, 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak. We're opening up the line, 312-671. You are live on the Female Solution this morning. Grand Rising. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Grand Rising, Minister Plum. Thank you. Thank you for joining us this morning. So good to hear your voice.
Well, it is an honor and privilege to be still in the land of living.
Amen.
And the best part of it all is let go and let God.
Amen.
You know, whatever our situations or positions may be in life, through experiences. And I caught that, you know, we are the village. You know, when it comes to the village, we are the village, the people in the world, and it takes a village to raise one child, and no one can raise a kid. However, I just wanted to see if your guest is out there in Chicago.
No, she's in outside of Atlanta, about 20 minutes outside of Atlanta.
Atlanta. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, whenever she's in Chicago, you know, I do Plump TV showcase here, and I would like to do an interview with her, and also with you, Zelda.
Oh,
you know, I wanted to, perhaps arrange sometime in the very near future.
Thank you. Thank you.
We can either do Plump TV showcase, or we can do Can TV when I come back in October.
Oh.
So I just wanted to congratulate your guest on the book, because you know, that's a part of life and history that we need to really individually and yet collectively relate to the community as our children become heroes and heroes.
Amen. You said coming back. You said coming back in October. Where are you at now? You're not in Chicago?
Oh, yes, I'm here in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
But that's when our session will start back for a Plump Foundation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Can TV.
Okay, Minister Plum, we got about 30 seconds because the show's about to go off. We got about 30 seconds. Can you give us we need to give her a closing thought. You got about 30 seconds, Minister Plum.
Okay. Well, the closing thought is God is only powerful, and we need to let go and let God and trust Him and not of ourselves.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you so much. The God bless you too. We're gonna squeeze in one more call. 312-714. You got about 30 seconds here. 312-714.
It was a beautiful talk. I wanted to let you know, ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to go to Africa. My brother, he's been to many countries. He's been to at least a country in every continent in the world. But when he went to Africa, he went back home to Iran and told my mother, you have to go to Africa. It's a very beautiful place.
Wow.
And we've had family friends who have migrated from Iran to Africa to live there permanently.
Wow.
And they were like upper class too. They were upper class. So I mean, I don't care what Trump says, what anyone here says. I would love to go to Africa. It's very beautiful. And I know that from our family friends who were upper class society in Iran, they migrated to Africa permanently, and they were happy there.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for calling and sharing that. We greatly appreciate that. And you have a great day, Samantha. Samantha was one of our guests from last week. She was on the show with Bishop Cody, I believe, Bishop Bay, Michael, Rabbi Michael Yosef Bay, and she is an industrial engineer, teaches at Moraine Valley College. We'll have her on again. I'm going to go sit in on one of her classes one day, soon on a Wednesday. Yes, I will be there to attend one of those classes. If not this Wednesday, definitely next Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Female Solution. We have had a wonderful guest training, Get Out, Training Your Children to Leave the Nest with Lorraine Price Henderson. If you need more information, feel free to contact me and I will forward you her information. Thank you, Lorraine.
90 seconds.
Thank you, Ms. Zelda. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, and I appreciate you appreciating us because we could not have done it without you. And thank you, our loyal listening and viewing family here on Facebook and as well as the Female Solution. Tune in tomorrow for Naima Latif. And if you'd like to contact me during the week, have your own private stress relief session, email me at zelda@zeldaspeaks.com or 312-409-6619. And be sure and check out my blog, zeldarobinsonspeaks.blogspot.com. And to contact me again, zelda@zeldaspeaks.com. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to the spirit that is within. Stay tuned to higher learning. And I'll see you next week on Monday Morning Mindfulness. Make it a great day. And thank you so much for listening and watching. Peace be unto you. Namaste.
Eshe, South Africa,
Nyabonga.
Senegal, Geret, Kenya, Asante, Israel, Toda, Pakistan,
10 seconds.
Afghanistan, Tashakur, Saudi Arabia, Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you. And may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessing.
And it has been a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being a part of starting my day with your day. Could not have done it without you. I will be giving away her books, Get Out, Transitioning, Training Your Children to Leave the Nest, right here. I'll be giving that away on, I've got a couple of copies. I'll be giving that away on Facebook Live as well. That is Lorraine calling me now. Lorraine, I'm closing out on Facebook. I will be giving that away on Facebook Live as well as on our YouTube channel. So if you would like a copy of Lorraine's book, Get Out, Training Your Children to Leave the Nest, then all you have to do is be the first person that emails me. You got to email me because I am not about to go through all those Facebook inbox messages. You got to email me, zelda@zeldaspeaks.com. And if you're not that literate like I once was not, feel free to call me at 312-409-6619. Thank you so much. May your Monday morning mindfulness, what you've learned here today, continue forever. And you make it a great day. And thank you so much for watching. All righty. Namaste.